What follows is a series of events outlining the nightmarish life cycle of the title creature. O'Bannon described this as attacking the audience on a sexual level. First, an egg releases a parasite that orally rapes its victim. This results in the birth of a phallic creature that bursts through the person's ribcage. As you can clearly see, it's not a pleasant experience. I have to give props to John Hurt for really selling how painful a death this is for Kane. This is no bullet to the back of the head or dying in one's sleep. This is a lengthy, agonizing, and gory way to die. This is the scene that makes this film more than just another slasher movie. This is a real attack on the psyche of the audience. The newborn grows into a creature of remarkable size with an extra set of jaws for a tongue, acid for blood, and a remarkable ability to appear when least expected, even in plain sight. In fact, the filmmakers wisely hide the full form of the creature until the very end, leaving our imaginations to fill in the gaps. The creature is alien in more than one sense. Not only is it from another world, it embodies the opposite of what one could possibly expect, and given the logical human behavior we've seen before this, we are treated to a real extreme. Part of the fear in this film is the inhumanity of it. The deaths are incredibly gruesome, often entailing puncture of one's body, but it never lingers like many of the gore porn horror films out there. You may not have even noticed this bit with Parker's death, where a quick shot reveals his brain falling out of his head. There's also the mystery of how the creature killed Lambert. You can see by the look on Ripley's face that whatever happened to her was so gruesome that not even the audience was allowed to see it. Now to Lieutenant Ripley, the protagonist of this film, played by then newbie Sigourney Weaver. In an unusual approach, the filmmakers hide the fact that Ripley's the main character until the latter half or even last quarter of the film. This approach builds the suspense as the audience wouldn't be sure who among the crew is going to live or die. Most people would think that Captain Dallas is the main character. He's played by the only actor among the crew who had any real notoriety at the time. Tom Skerritt is listed first among the cast, and lastly, he's the friggin' captain. I mean, even in the aforementioned B movies, the captain was almost always the main character. This time, we're thrown for a loop when Dallas is the third casualty. In fact, the instance of his death, going into the vents, was going to be performed by Ripley until Dallas protested. To further maintain the suspense, when Ripley separates from Parker and Lambert, one would figure she'd be the next one to go, since in most monster films, and this film, victims are taken one at a time. Once again, we're surprised by the result. The first action of note that Ripley performs is trying to not let the creature on the ship, somewhat voicing the audience's get out of the haunted house mentality, or, in this case, don't let the monster in the house. When Dallas dies, Ripley becomes the take charge character, where we're introduced to the film's B plot. It turns out the company the crew works for, Weyland-Yutani, wants the creature alive for their bioweapons division, leaving the crew expendable. It's also revealed that the science officer, Ash, wants to carry out those orders. This leads to another disturbingly dehumanizing image. This almost feels like a second chestburster scene, where we again see the human form ripped to shreds. Also, it sets the stage for the final rush for survival, and for Ripley as the true protagonist.